Hello everyone. This series is an offshoot to my regular ASMR work. Yesterday while I was streaming, I entertained the idea that I would do some horror event readouts, and people seemed to like it. So there will be no comfort here, there will be no motivation, only real events presented without embellishment. If that isn't your thing, go ahead and see some of my other ASMR work. Hello everyone. My name is Skullomance. I am the gatekeeper of internet's most cursed knowledge. What follows is an accursed tale from beyond the gate. On the night of February 20th, 2003, a rock concert was held at the Station Nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island. The venue was small, low-ceilinged, and familiar to many of the people inside. It was a place locals had been to before, a place where nothing remarkable was expected to happen. The club was licensed to hold 404 people. That night, estimates placed the number inside at over 460. The band performing was Great White, a nationally known rock act. As part of their live shows, they occasionally used small indoor pyrotechnics, brief fountains of sparks meant to last only a few seconds. At approximately 11:07 p.m., as the band began their opening song, those pyrotechnics were activated. The sparks reached the ceiling and the walls near the stage. Those surfaces had been covered in polyurethane soundproofing foam installed to reduce noise complaints. The foam was not fire-resistant. Within moments, it ignited. At first, many people in the crowd did not react. Some believed the flames were part of the performance. Others hesitated, unsure of what they were seeing. That hesitation lasted only seconds. The fire climbed rapidly across the foam-lined walls and ceiling, spreading faster than most people had ever witnessed fire move indoors. The band stopped playing. The music got off. Smoke began to accumulate near the ceiling and descend into the room. As the flames intensified, the crowd began to understand what was happening. People turned towards the exits. In unfamiliar or stressful situations, humans tend to retreat the way they entered. At the Station Nightclub, that meant the front door. The majority of the crowd moved towards that single exit. Other exits did exist: a side door near the stage, a rear exit through the kitchen, but they were less visible, partially obstructed, or unfamiliar to many inside. As smoke thickened, visibility dropped quickly. Breathing became difficult. Movement slowed as people converged on the same narrow space. From the moment the pyrotechnics ignited to the point where the interior of the club became unsurvivable, less than 2 minutes passed. In that short span of time, the fire consumed the foam, filled the room with dense smoke, and created conditions that made escape increasingly difficult. Firefighters were dispatched within minutes. When they arrived, flames were already venting from the building. Inside, many people were still attempting to reach the front door. Others had fallen or become disoriented in the smoke. Some had managed to find alternative exits. Many had not. By the time the fire was extinguished, 100 people were dead. More than 200 others were injured, many of them with long-term physical and psychological consequences. The fire had not lasted long. The entire sequence, ignition, the spread, The evacuation and loss had unfolded with devastating speed. What made it lethal was not a single failure, but a series of small decisions and oversights aligning at once. Investigations followed at both the state and the federal level. They identified multiple contributing factors: the use of flammable soundproofing materials, indoor pyrotechnics without adequate safeguards, overcrowding beyond the club's licensed capacity, a layout that funneled most occupants towards a single exit. Criminal charges were filed against those responsible for approving and using the pyrotechnics. Civil lawsuits followed. Fire codes were revised, safety training materials were updated. The footage recorded that night is now used to demonstrate how quickly indoor fires can become fatal. None of those changes altered what had already occurred. This was not an act of nature. There was no intent to harm. There was no supernatural force at work. Only human choices, assumptions made under pressure, and a sequence of preventable errors. This happened in 2003, in a place people believed they understood, on a night meant to be ordinary. This has been an accursed tale from beyond the gate, and there are many more. Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching the video. This was really fun to edit on stream. It's been a while since I've edited something on stream, and your guys' idea to read some horror stories was really fucking fun to edit. I've always been a fan of a series like Down the Rabbit Hole, and getting a chance to do something of my own like this is a real fucking pleasure. The whole ASMR channel started an experiment that people proposed. People have been proposing I have an ASMR channel for years, but I just began doing it, and it's been really fucking fun. It's nice to have a new YouTube channel, one that doesn't get spammed 90 videos a month. Again, thank you very much for watching this. If you want to see more of these shenanigans live, go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv/Skullomance. I basically multi-stream to every platform available currently besides Twitter, because I ain't paying for that checkmark. Yet. Make sure to tell me in the comments if this series is something you would be interested in, and if not, go ahead and tell me what else would you be interested in for me to read in my ASMR voice. Would you guys like me to read stories? Would you guys like me to continue with the horror stories? Don't be shy. Drop a comment. Thank you very much again, and I'll see you next time.